thing is sanchita karma. Now, so when I give money, okay, to that person or that school, okay, the fruition period, it takes its own time. Okay, I have done a good punya. Okay, punya kelasa. I have done a punya, work, and how long it takes to get into fruition, and definitely that particular thing is sanchita karma. The fruition, how it so that the fruition period is that sanchita. Okay, and that is like a storeroom. Okay, what if we have the more punya, you get the more good palas. If you have more papa, you are going to get the same thing in a way. Okay, and the last but not the least is the prarabdha. Very important, because very often people keep talking of prarabdha karma. Why I am like this? It is the prarabdha karma. And after the fruition period is over, whatever the phala we get is the prarabdha. So that means we call that as vidhi. Okay, fate. This is my fate. Why I'm struggling with this? This is my fate. Have you seen people telling this is my fate? And so that is the reason you need to have the more punyas, less papas. Okay, and so it is the prarabdha is whatever you have already done in the past janmas. It is papa punya both. I've seen some of the people who are very, not careless people, and who are they are getting very good things, and there are some person who is working hard, very very hard, they're not getting good results. So sometimes we closely see maybe in the past Janma he has done a lot of punyas, but now in this Janma he is doing a papa. So he's getting ready for a prarabdha. So that is the reason. So this is a concept of prarabdha. The very name itself is prarabdha is you have to be careful that you have the world and beyond. So you have to understand that not just today you do some corruption, not just today you get some benefits. It is the future also. You are going to get the karma palas. You have to be ready for that karma palas. Otherwise, it will be very, very difficult. So if we don't have this concept of papa and punya, which has kept people in the sort of a balance. Otherwise, if that is not there, the whole world would have been, everybody would have killed everybody would have become corrupt. So the whole world would have been full of rakshasas. So that is the reason it is getting balanced. The concept of papa punya, people think, have a fear that if I do this, yeah, something is going to become, and I'm going to face something is going to wrong will happen in the future. That concept and that fear itself is enough to keep them in balance. Okay, so even the next janma also, it will not leave you. It'll so you have to give, if at all you want to give without any pratipalapeksha. Okay, so in the same way, don't give pain to good people. So be very careful when we some but if you, the best thing is, if you don't want to, be neutral. Sometimes you don't like somebody, but don't curse him, just be neutral. Don't curse him and you get into karma. Okay, so be neutral. That is the reason, non-judgment. Okay, he's doing something bad, fine, he'll get his own karmas. Patriji always says, mind your business. Why you are getting it, why you are getting into his life, why you are getting into the karma cycle. So he always tells that. So you better you have the balance of papa and punya. That is like a you know um, weighing machine. You know what punya you have done, what papa you have done. That according to that, it is like the papa and punya is the two faces of the same coin. So you need to be understand, and we need to develop that Katritra Bhava. Okay, so and we have to understand that we are Nimitta Matra, 80 years, yeah, and we develop that Nimitta Bhava. Otherwise, in the bank, they have over 10 crores, okay, on a Saturday, because a lot of payments has to be done. If a cashier decides it is mine, how can it be his job is to give? It doesn't belong. It belongs to people. The bank is like this storage. They kept it with them, nimitta. They are the nimitta. They are just the storage. They can't take ownership of that, and he can't take it to his pocket. So if he puts into pocket, definitely he'll be caught. So he has to count numbers behind the bars. Okay. So the collective consciousness, what I am telling is, the corona has come. How corona has come? We have created it. We have killed. We have we have looted the forest. Not we means as a collective consciousness. Who decided to cut the trees? Who decided to produce more and more automobiles? Who asked us to induce in mindless consumerism? Who? It is the people, no doubt. Who is electing wrong leaders? It is the people. Who is electing? So all these things, it is we are responsible people. And on road, if we say that there's a traffic jam, and we blame the government, how? No, it is not the government. It is we are responsible for it. So, uh, uh, we without any thing, we go to malls, okay, as if we need to get some change, change just for a change. You go hang around a mall and do whatever you want, buy things what you already have, and this is mindless consumerism. Okay, it is a collective mistake, mindless consumerism. And what Mahatma Gandhi always encouraged is simple living, high thinking. Where the simplicity? And if somebody has money, he always want to show off. Okay, he want to show off uh, that high living, simple thinking. Why should I? And people think that simplicity is poverty. I'm not telling you. See, maybe people who are sitting here are tuned to some sort of consciousness. That is okay. But what about I'm the normal consciousness. Everywhere I see is once when they are poor and struggling, they beg the Lord, then more they become rich. But after they become rich, they never think that they were one day poor. They never like poor people. They hate poor people. Why should I? How to come out of past life karma, which is a hurdle in present. Start doing good karmas now. Okay, that is the one thing which I can tell. You have already got the prarabdha, and also do meditation, silence. It can burn lot of karmas. Do more and more meditation, do more and more contemplation. Okay, and if you have a good mentor, work with him. Definitely the past karmas cannot be taken out. It is not, it's already happened. Okay, it will be there. But the nullifying is that you have prarabdha karma, you can nullify with the good karmas of today. And regarding the collective consciousness is, we need to exercise that simplicity. We need to, actually, in our Hindu ethos, okay, it is the tripti. We have that tripti concept. See, so what if I have 10 crores in my I can do good things. I can give 50% to my family. I can give 50% back to the society in whatever form you want. You can build a beautiful pyramid. You can build a good, uh, community hall. You can, so many things you can do, not one. And you can build a beautiful educational institution which gives meditation and also normal education together. Okay, like Vedanta Academy in Pune, they are doing. Okay, so but even the Patsarthi, who is the heading that, so definitely he's a visionary. And Patriji, so many pyramids have come. How? So they are all like engines, they are trying to bring this consciousness, shift in consciousness. I'm sure Karthikeyanji is also is one of the torchbearers in bringing this change in consciousness. Because no. So what, we are rich. So what, we are rich. How much you can give it to your children? How much have you? Are your children are capable to keep that money what you have created? So many industries in Pina and second generation has failed to take it. They have sold it within no time because the father has built the empire with his art, very hard work. The sons would not have known, sons or children definitely don't know the concept of hard work, perseverance, patience. They have tried for 6 months, 1 year, and afterwards they are unable to run. So running an industry is a commitment. You need to bring that motivation from within. You need to go before people come and motivate people, keep that productivity on top. And nowadays, children, they want everything fast. Now, how can I go at 9 o'clock in the morning? I'm the owner of the industry. Let somebody runs. No doubt they will run. They will run according to their thing. Okay. So they are the part of the system. A CEO is also part of the system. So many people show wrong accounts. Within 1 or 2 years, the father has uh, left a legacy, would have lost my children. So how? So if you don't bring a change in collective consciousness, this is what, if we say sir, in the name of progress, please, in the name of progress, we are building 10 lane, 16 lane roads. Okay. People are building bigger and bigger hospitals, but they don't know the value of health. And we're building 10 lanes, but they have forgotten the lane of their own life. They have forgotten. They don't know what is the highway of their life, but they want 10 lane. And they build beautiful houses. They have a bed with what 10 lakhs, but they don't get sleep. To get sleep, it is your karma. You can buy, money can buy things. Money can buy things, but the sleep, you can't buy it. Health, you can't buy it. Happiness, you can't buy it. Your car, a Mercedes car, will give you a good, comfortable journey. Fine. But is it a passport to happiness? I've seen film stars and some of these big officials are committing suicide. Why? Because of the wrong. They know what is the wrong they have done. So it is not that you have to bring collectively. We have to bring the change. Okay, we'll see what is samskara. Okay, what is samskara and ahankara? What is the samskara is all about? Where the fruition takes place, that is in our soul level. At soul level, the fruition takes place, and it has some sort of a memory in it, and that memory is samskara. Okay, and maybe I was born in a farming community. What I'm doing right now is totally a different one. Okay, now, none of my relatives and friends, none of the people are not doing anything something like what I'm doing. And many people do say that maybe the past samskaras. Okay, so what is that past samskara? There is a memory of my past. Maybe I was with somebody in the past janmas. So that vasana, that samskara has made me to go and search in search of truth and meet people like Patriji and so many masters in my life. Okay, and uh, and in that subconscious level, in that memory, we there will be a imprint formed that is called as identity. We call that as ankara. Okay, and we have seen many young children reciting Vedas and doing all difficult mathematical problems, young children singing beautiful songs, and so many beautiful show of their memory power. And so maybe the past janmas, samskara, and the bad or good is reflecting now. So that is the samskara. And also, um, when you are doing some you have done something wrong, the same memory is imprinted, and the same comes back as in this janma after the fruition of that karma. Okay. And and don't think that the god or universal force don't give a wake up call. It gives a wake up call to us. And based, we have the Arishad Vargas. So we need to be very, very careful, okay, to control these Arishad Vargas like Kama, Krodha, Mada, Matsara, Ahankara. Okay, these are the enemies which we need to understand. And when we indulge in a papakarya, the Lord or the universal force, first he will question your consciousness. Please touch your heart. Please correct your, he'll say. And that we ignore it. And then the second one is, there will be, when you do something wrong, it'll wake up call will come in the manasakshi, in the form of please correct yourself. So, but if you forget it, okay, whatever happens, I'll do this papa karma, okay, papa karya. So, and if you have a little bit of conscious, there will be a fear. There will be a fear. Oh my God, if I do something wrong, something bad will happen in future. So that is also the wake up call of the Lord. Okay, and um, suppose somebody else comes to know that you are indulging in corruption. So you have the fear. Oh my God, what will happen? If CBI comes to know, if income tax comes to know, if ED comes to know. So the fear itself is a lot of, it does a lot of things, but people now have become very thick-skinned, and they don't bother. They indulge in mindless corruption, amassing wealth. Okay, we need to bring a change in that consciousness. Of course, we need money, of course, and money is not everything. We need to take accountability. And we are, as a human being, have a higher responsibility, and we need to take that accountability on our shoulders. And so we have to think that we have a constitution. We have a constitution. Okay, in the Delhi, we have a parliament, we have a constitution. In assembly, we have a constitution. The same way in the karma cafe, we need to develop this constitution. Okay, we need to go from humanhood to divinehood. Okay, and so how we can go from humanhood, from manavatva to daivatva? What is the, how we can go? And so, and let us see, the Patanjali also beautifully talks, okay, like how an animal eat, sleep, and procreate and die. Okay, and so there's no difference between animals and us, and we need to control our mada, kama, krodha, mada, matsarya, all that. So definitely, if we can able to control that, that we call it as yoga sadhana. We call it as yoga sadhana, to control. Okay, and that is what yoga means. Chitta vritti nirodha. That means the Patanjali beautifully talks of this beautifully, and whatever that chitta and vritti. What is nirodha? Removing it. So that means we need to exercise that. We need to bring purity into our thing. And so whatever we do, we should think it is a karma yoga. So we need to not to get attached. Whatever karma I am doing, it is a yoga. Okay, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Please understand. And chitta vritti, we need to really leave it aside, and then only the karma, whatever you wanted. Most of the people I have asked, what do you want? They want, I want a lot of money, I want to get married to a beautiful girl, okay, I want dictatorship, I want to be a very strong person, a lot of power I should have. A lot of youngsters, they tell, what do you want? So that's all. So maybe if you can able to come out of that, we may go towards the soulhood. And there is another way we can really go from the humanhood to divinehood, is the practice meditation, be with the good people. Definitely the satkarma will take you to that, from manavatva to daivatva. So so if some people are born in a very rich family, some people are born in a poor family. So all that is karmanusara. We call it as, it is all according to the karma of his past janma. Okay, and if you want to know about these kind of secrets, okay, we need to take this world as some sort of a prison. Consider this world as some sort of a prison. The God has sent you out to earth on a parole. Okay, the universe is a one big prison. The God has sent you on a parole. Go to earth and do your duty and come back. But some people think that they are become not accountable to the Lord who has sent you out on a parole. We thought that we have become independent. One day he will take you like this. Hey, Baba, you have forgotten me. I have sent you on a parole, and you are not totally free. You have to have a constitution, of that universe. How you can do it? So then only, if your thoughts, if your deeds are good, definitely there will be. He will give you more freedom. He will give you more parole period. Okay, and otherwise he will take you back and put you into some animal body. Okay, you will be born as a cockroach, you will be born as a rat, you will be born as a frog, you will be born as a snake, you will be born as a crimi also. Okay, you don't know. So we think that we are become totally, we are totally have control. I've seen so many people who have earned. I've seen their children and grandchildren are in shambles today, because I don't want to name them. So the person who made money in a wrong way thought that no, he will make it. So he doesn't know the story. There's an invisible hand which is controlling everything. So he will just take it back and put him in some um, what maybe that organism which lives in some bottom of the ocean, or maybe in a gutter, both. Okay, so we be careful. So there is the law of the karma is very much there. You will go back, and some people are born as mentally retarded. The parents cry, why this has come to me? So you don't have any explanation. Please understand, you may be born in a rich family as a mental retarded child. What is the use? You'll be given a beautiful house to live, but you are mentally retarded. So you be careful. And one more thing to go from humanhood to divinehood is prayaschitta. Okay, the prayaschitta can, you have already done some dushkarma, but if you can able to ask a pardon, definitely you the things will. If you have done some wrong to somebody, go and give back the money you have looted from him and say sorry to him and give it. Maybe that will nullify your karma. And if you go on, if you do this paschatapa, if you do this paschatapa and prayaschitta, definitely it will get nullified, and you will become more and more divine. So this kshama yachana will always do good things to you, friends. So please correct yourself. It is not that doing mistake is wrong, but correcting it is very important. And um, don't think that if you pray to Lord for 2 hours, 3 hours, give all fruits, all abhisheka, God will write some special receipt. Okay, give this fellow everything. It is only a belief. Okay, and so don't think that he doesn't know what you are actually inside. So but you need to surrender, you need to have that devotion. Yes, all that is very good, but so if you go further, we need to develop that swartha. You need to leave that swartha and develop that niswartha. Who a swarthi is a rakshasa guna. Yes, I need money, I need comfort, I need, that is survival. Roti, kapda, makan. Okay, roti, kapda, makan. Yes, then there is an identity. Okay, even Maslow, Abraham Maslow talks of roti, kapda, makan, and name, fame. Afterwards, also you want to have more. That is something wrong with us. Okay, roti mil gaya, kapda mil gaya, makan mil gaya, name, shorat, everything you got it. Then what is the use of living? No, then you need to develop some sort of Advaita philosophy, and I get merged with the Lord. And don't beg the Lord, you become the Lord. You start giving it. You starting develop a devata. You become a devata. So a manava always begs, and then how he goes to devata is, yes, I have provided beautiful whatever my children want, whatever my wife want. I have earned a little bit of a name and fame, and now I should become a devata. So unless you develop this kind of a sort of a, from dvaita it started to advaita, it is now. Okay, dvaita is my family, my family, my family, my name, my name, my fame, my fame. Okay, you are always egoistic. Then chalo ho gaya, you are developed ego. Cool down, cool down. Then develop and move towards advaita, that yes, there is no Lord, I am the Lord. I can give you lot of things. I'll go on giving, I'll go on doing jnana prachara, I'll go on giving positive messages, I'll go on giving positive things. So then you become the devata, and you definitely one day, uh, when you do a prayer, something called a sarve janaah sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, with that nishkalmash bhava, definitely. Okay, and that direction, if you can able to involve yourself, I'm sure the fruition will be fantastic. And you will, what always Patriji says, vaibhoga. We are in the vaibhoga. Okay, now just don't try to live in, you are asking for 30, 40. God is ready to give 100 acres to you. Why you are, so you can do good things. You should develop that abundance. You are asking for 30, 40 when God is ready to give acres. So like that, please understand, mm, from the Sanatana Dharma until Deepak Chopra, Bhatriji, all these is all eternal truth. They are all telling, and please, otherwise we will definitely go towards anarchy. And please, this is the wake up call. And if you don't wake up now, I'm sure that there's something wrong will happen in future. So definitely the pyramid movement and all this, whatever happening now is Corona. Thanks to Corona Avtara, it has come as Krishna Avtara, Rama Avtara. It is Corona Avtara. So that has made us come like this, become closer, and let us and there are so many. Uh, what do you call this, jigsaw puzzles in karma. There are so many jigsaw puzzles we can't understand. So let us see. You know, all, some people are very happy that they are, 10 cars, so many people, security guards, and we all think that they are all big, big, big. Just look at me. I am so simple, humble, but God has not looked at me, and all that questions we come across many, many times. But on the when you see people from distance, and it's all okay. And so whatever you do good today, like you have seen the story of Harishchandra, is to in Mahabharata, you see so many instances. Even Krishna, okay, in the battlefield, uh, he used a lot of strategies to uphold dharma. Okay, Bhishma was killed using Shikhandi, and Drona was killed by telling a lie, and Karna was killed by unethical means. Okay, so even to uphold dharma, sometimes you need to uh, do some of the short-term papa also. Okay, and even in Rama, when Rama kills Wali, okay, Wali has kidnapped Sugriva's wife and taken unethically and kicked Sugriva out of his kingdom. And Sugriva was in Kishkindak, okay, and he was hiding there. He met Rama and Hanuman. So then the Sugriva tells that, look, this unethically my elder brother has taken away my kingdom and taken away my wife. Then he promises that he is going to kill Wali. So when he goes and calls, hey, come, let us have a fight, Malla Yuddha. Okay. Then Wali was killed from the Brahma kills from the back. Again, an unethical act. Okay. And when Wali was dying, he told Rama, look, you are a Maryada Purushottama Rama. You killed me in an unethical way. Okay. Then Rama says, you are also equally unethical. You have taken away his wife and you have kicked him out of the kingdom, your own younger brother. So that's why I have taught you a lesson. But definitely, I have also done an unethical. But in the next Janma, in the Krishna Avtara, you are going to kill me. Okay. So in the last final stages of Mahabharata, Dwapar Yuga, okay, this happened in Treta Yuga and Dwapar Yuga. The same thing comes as after the Yadavi Kalava, after all the Pandavas died, after all the people died in all these Yadava, the Krishna's sons, all they fight with themselves. Okay, and and in the last stage, uh, uh, a hunter shoots a arrow and it kills Krishna, and the hunter was Wali. So this can explain beautiful things about karma philosophy, and whatever Janma, the same person or may not be some other representative of him. So definitely the Krishna's family was wiped out, okay, because what he has created, that the karma in the Treta Yuga, okay. And so friends, these kind of things, and a lot of political leaders have made money and I've seen from very close quarters, and we have got the news, he has died and nobody is there to take care of him. And so there are so many suicides in rich people's I've watched. I'm unable to explain even till now. And one person was earning money by selling tobacco, a factory and all. His own son get addicted to it and dies. Okay. And so many unethical businesses people do undertake, and they themselves, okay, um, go on a wheelchair for whole life, get paralyzed. I've seen so many things. And recently in one accident, all about 30, 40 to 50 people in the bus got killed. So, and in one place, in one temple near in Karnataka, uh, in the prasada, they mix the poison, because they are against one community. Okay, the whole people got killed. And you keep seeing all these wrong things. These kind of examples are not going to be pardoned. Definitely there will be a cause and effect will be there, and you need to be very, very careful when the person who has put uh, the poison into that prasada will be definitely taken care in the long run. Okay, don't think that he can escape the circle of karma. Okay, and definitely a person who is enjoying a good life today has done some good punya in the past janmas. So all these things are very much visible, and you need to believe that these things are very much there. Okay, let us take the Panchamahakosha. Why? Because why one? We are always talk meditation, meditation. Why silence? Why good books? So let us see. Our soul is surrounded by Panchamahakoshas. The innermost is Annamaya Kosha, is surrounded outside by Pranamaya Kosha, then it is surrounded by Vijnanamaya Kosha, then it is Manomaya, then Vijnanamaya, then Anandamaya. So it goes on like it goes from Anandamaya is the core, it is surrounded by Vijnanamaya, then Manomaya, then Pranamaya, then Annamaya. Annamaya Kosha is the body. Okay, the body is the Annamaya Kosha. The breath is our Pranamaya, the energy. Okay, and the Vijnanamaya is whatever is inside. So let us go and see food, food we eat. Okay, things we possess, the Vyamoha, we have attachments. All this comes under Annamaya Kosha, and sex, and all the Panchendriyas. That is that what we call as the five senses. The Pranamaya Kosha is like how we can develop that power. Like that is the reason you need to do a lot of exercise, pranayama, yogasana. So we need to live longer, healthily. That is the reason. Okay, that makes us the Pranamaya Kosha stronger. Manomaya Kosha is whatever form, whichever profession I belong. I am an engineer. I should be an efficient engineer. So like that. That is the reason I work for. I have. I'll work very hard to become a good engineer, and then I'll have a challenge. I'll read. I'll get more knowledge, etc., etc. Then Vijnanamaya is about creative thinking. Okay, and search, Anveshana, we call it as. So a person who starts going on searching in search of truth, definitely somewhere that is the what you call the creative thinking. So, and the Anandamaya Kosha is one who is meditative, okay, one who is blissful, and beyond that. Okay, and let us see what happens. And many or most of the people, all the people will live in different levels at different point of time. So whoever is on the Annamaya Kosha, that is that what do you call that, the body consciousness, they only believe the external reality is real. I am rich, that person is poor. Okay, so they don't know, oh, the person who is well off, he is rich guy. This person is a poor person. So they only go by the external realities, and those who are in the Pranamaya Kosha, they don't mind even if something happens to their body. They don't. They take their that in the good side because they have a good willpower. Okay, the Pranamaya Kosha, and so a person who is in Annamaya Kosha, if he doesn't get food, he will curse his karma. But the one who lives in uh, Pranamaya Kosha will take it as a challenge. Hey, come on, fasting is good. So there's a difference. A person who is attached to food will think as a karma, why I didn't get food. A person who is living in the Pranamaya Kosha, come on, if there's no food, good, I'll fast today. Okay, he has one more level deeper. And the Kriya, what you call the next level is Manomaya, this one, and will always think in a scientific manner, and all these things will look very silly for him. Okay, and if you go further deeper and into Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya, so so if you go deeper and deeper, they'll they'll be very happy with whatever they get. See, as you go. So I tried but I got so much. I'm happy with whatever I have. Okay, so that kind of understanding will be there. And if you work on the soul level, you are the most strongest, because even some illness has happened to body, you will take it easy. The illness is to the body, I'll correct it. It will be get. So the pain is coming to the body. There's a loss in the business, that is in the Annamaya. Okay, oh my God, I lost everything in my business. So the person who is living in the Anandamaya Kosha, that is at the highest level, okay, he doesn't get moved by all these losses, profits, pain, pleasure. Everything is same at soul level. There's no gender, there is no pain, pleasure. So he treat it at as same. Okay, so you have to understand, so how one person at what level is there. Patriji always said that is the reason he knows. The person who is gets stuck with false, silly things will be always on the Annamaya Kosha. They all believe whatever is happening is the ultimate. So it is not the ultimate. So you need to go deeper, understand scientifically, understand. You need to become bigger than the challenge. You have to grow stronger. You have to go. You have to bigger than the problem. Don't make a molehill into a mountain. Whoever is living in the Annamaya Kosha, they make the molehill into a mountain. Okay? Oh my God, my life is cursed, my life is gone. No, no. God has taken my address, and that is the reason He is giving me trouble. So He is sending by courier only problems to me. So that is the reason we curse the God. Okay? And those who are at the deeper level of Anandamaya Kosha, definitely they are the most blissful people. They take it, okay, something is wrong with my business, I'll correct it. Something wrong with my health, I will come over it. So at a top highest level, he become one with the world, and he himself becomes the Lord. So that is the reason we ask people meditate for 1 hour every day, twice at least once, as far as possible, because for the ordinary pains and this one we get upset. So it is the visible soul is the body, the invisible body is the soul. Take care of this body, take care of your mind, take care of your Vijnanamaya Kosha, take care of your Manomaya Kosha, take care of your all the. If you are on the Anandamaya Kosha, all the koshas will be taken care. That is the reason we need to bring in spiritual values. We need to um, bring in, okay, all these things. And so how in a court, how you get the punishment for all the bad things. So please be ready for it. Okay. um, if possible, have a guru, a mentor, or maybe he can uh, reduce the your bad karmas. Okay. Don't blame God for your bad time. So uh, so this world is a ceremony. I saw it is a prison. You're on a parole. Be careful. You are on a parole. You are not ultimately. You have come from a source. You have to go back to the source. You have to remember the source. I have come from a source to earth for a purpose. As when the purpose is over, I have to go back. So don't forget that purpose, and try to live here, uh, or as a dictator or something like that. One thrash is enough. He will take you back. Okay. And so like that, there's so many things we need to be very, very careful. Okay. And even Japan, in spite of Japan is a meditative and follow Zen and all, why Ulka, why so many tsunamis, why so many earthquakes? It is because they kill bigger whales and eat. Patriji once said to me that I think they kill all kind of creatures, they eat all kind of things. So that is the reason maybe they are getting into the bad karmas. Okay, even though they are geographically located in a place where, but still these kind of things are possible. Okay, and so don't think that earthquake, tsunami, all these floods, even the pandemics is all it's all the decision of the karma. That is, I call it as the Lord's decision. It is the decision of the Lord that we are all getting punished for our collective consciousness. So be careful, and we have to bow down our head to all this. And life is a boomerang. It just, the moment it throws, it comes back. The life is a echo principle. If you say I love you, it says I love you. If you say I hate you, it says I hate you. It is just like an echo. It is just like a mirror. It will just show you what you are. So be careful, and please develop positive karmas. And if you develop positive karma, you will have more stock of the positive karmas, and definitely you can use whenever you want. Okay, you can distribute your good karma to others also if you are doing good karmas. And with this, I stop.
Thank you, Prem Kumar. It was wonderful. Enjoy your talk. Beautiful.
Thank you.
You said we create our own destiny. You spoke about the various karmas, Nishkama karma, Agami karma, and Sanchita karma, and all that. Also, Panchayatyas. Very good. Ultimately, you said your happiness, your destiny is in your own hands.
Yes, sir.
And you also given the simplest method is Anapanasati meditation. You have said it very clearly.
It will burn the karma.
Life is a boomerang. What you give, you get back.
Yes.
Karma is the gravity. It is so basic. We don't even notice it, but it works. Not only is there often right and wrong, but what goes around does come around. Karma is this. You can't escape the consequences. If you give something good to the world, then over a period of time, your karma will be good. Your consequences will be good also. Anything which you do to someone comes back to you. That is the karma principle. Very simple. How people treat you is their karma. How you react is your karma. Karma yoga is about providing best offering to the universe and accepting the result which the universe gives back to you. So our actions are our true belongings. I cannot escape the consequence of my actions. My actions are the ground upon which I stand. So your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts and actions. That is your worst enemy. And situation that happens now becomes the cause of another situation for the future. And when that next situation happens in the future, that too becomes the cause of some other situation. So that is why it's called cause and effect. Cause and effect is the true happening we are all experiencing in our life. You said it beautifully, how you can create good karma. By creating good karma, you can, to a large extent, minimize the consequence of your bad karma, but you can't escape the consequences. Yeah. So we have to be very careful, not only what we do, but we talk and what we think also. Beautifully said. Thank you very much.
Thank you, so kind of you. Thank you.
Wonderful. It was very nice. Pragmatic.
Thank you, sir.